music.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Southern Broadcast Racing Network. And tonight we are at a road course, Circuit of Americas, with Full Send Racing Series. And joining me tonight is going to be Joe Robert. Joe, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing quite well. Going to be very excited to see one of the hardest road courses that we'll ever visit, really. So, should be a really interesting race. Only 25 laps, too. So, going to be seeing some interesting strategy. And one team has definitely told me that there is going to be some that they planned for today. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for that. But, yeah, very excited for this race today.
Yes, me too. As they are already out on the track qualifying, and looks like Mr. Pierce is going to be on the pole as of right now, and all these times are subject to change with Cameron Sarton out there on the track. He is holding down the second position. So, Joe, Circuit of America, very tough road course. What do you think we're going to be seeing tonight?
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of people just trying hard not to make mistakes. If you can minimize your mistakes at this track, I think that's half of the battle. Minimize your mistakes and just pick your battles wisely. There are some areas where you're not really going to be able to pass. It's going to be real tough to pass. So, it is how it is. I mean, the track is definitely a challenge. I was thinking, do you want to do that fast run real fast since we have time, or do you want to wait, maybe?
Go with it.
All right. Well, we have 50 seconds before qualifying is over, but we're going to take a quick tour of this track. Brandon Pierce is our pole sitter with a 2-minute 18:02. We just got to get on to him really quick on the screen for his lap. We're going to get a nice view in the cockpit. All right. So, Circuit of the Americas, 20 turns, over 3 miles of racing. So we got a nice front straightaway up T1. We are going to be going uphill into a blind left-hander. Got to take it really nice and slow here. Don't want to overrun. And now we're going to set up for the S's. This is probably one of the hardest areas in the circuit because if you mess up one turn, you're going to mess up multiple turns. Each turn leads into the next. So we're going to go left, then right, then keep it left, go a little bit slow down, and it just cut me off.
There is a track map that you can kind of look at if you click on that where it says track map, show positions.
Yep. I was just saying that cut me off of my view. I can fix that really fast. We just got to fast forward. Unfortunately, I know it looks a little ugly, guys, so just stick with me. All right, anyway, as I was right here, I'll throw up the track map too. I know this looks silly. I didn't plan on it cutting me off. Track map. Where is that track map? There it is. Oh, it doesn't show up on the SDK because it's a replay. Oh, well. Anyway, then we're going to go into this left-hander track. It's a little bit thin, and now it's going to be more slow corners down to the right slow, and then shoot out to the left. Got to be careful because you can get a lot of off-tracks here, too. If you put their car too far out of the line, the off-tracks here will kill you. You only get 15 off-tracks as well. Keep in mind, after 15 incidents, you will start losing points. Now we're going to be on to the longest straight of the road course. Going to have a lot of time. Just take your time, breathe. Got about 20 seconds on this straightaway. And then hard brake down into a very technical section of the racetrack. Going to be slowing it down to about 30 miles an hour. Quick turn to the left, and now We're going to have a series of right-handers, but very slow through this section of the stadium section. For some reason, it always reminds me of Hockenheim Ring, but once we get that, we're going to be going into the carousel. We got a big, wide 3-part turn, and then we're on the final 2 turns, which is 19 and 20, 2 easy left-handers, and then we're going to be back on the straight. So get us our starting lineup here, Richard.
All right, let me go to full racing screen. And all right, our starting lineup is going to start with Mr. Brandon Pierce is in on that pole position. Then there's going to be Cameron Sarton, got Brian Burchett, Chris Essery in that number 1, starting in 4th, Travis Dart in 5th, Cole Shetty in 6th. We got Chris Stitz in 7th, Trey Jackson in 8th, Philip Chavez in 9th, Ken Campbell in 10th. Go ahead.
All right. I just have to hide my tower. All right. In 11th, we're going to have Charles Siegel. In 12th, we're going to have Ken Campbell. 13th is going to be Doug Pierce. 14th is going to be Ryan Lynch. 15th, Bill Dart. 16th, Nate Lynch. 17th, Curtis Ecker. 18th will be Sam Siegel. 19th will be William Edison. And 20th will be Harris Gertwitz, and 21st will be Martin Perry.
All right, looks like we are getting ready to go green. Pace car is out there. Trying to find a good view. We'll go side by side.
Keep in mind, Andrew Medlin has a EOL penalty for that crash under caution last week.
Pace car is going to dive off, and we are about to go green, folks, at Circuit of the Americas. Leader waits for the green flag to fly. They cannot go until the green flag flies. And they are about to be... Green. And they are off. Green flag is out. Pierce gets a pretty good jump on the 24 as they go up this big hill, and they're going to slow it down to make that big left-hand turn as Cameron Sarton is right there. And the one of Chris Essery, he is going to try to capitalize, and he is going to take away that 3rd position.
They stacked up a lot on the inside, and you got to be careful of that on restarts. And one car went slow, really slow in the corner. It was the 39 of Pierce, and then it just slowed the rest of the field down. So we're going to be getting in these S's, and just got to be careful through these S's. You're really not going to be able to make any sort of moves through here. About from the end of the S's to about to when we get down the hill for that 2nd straightaway, it's going to be really difficult to make passes in this area of the track.
So Brandon Pierce has gotten out to a big lead, 1.7 seconds, and he is driving this track like a pro. So he has put in the practice that he's needed to as he slows down to make this sharp left-hand turn, and he is off the corner and gone. Oh, and sounds like we got to spin somewhere, and that's going to be Philip Chavez. He has spun it around. We're going to go back.
Got a replay of Philip Chavez.
Oh, you got it? All right.
Yep.
I'll go back live.
Just got absolutely clobbered by the 39. Goes slow, just not fast enough on the brakes. 39 loses a couple positions, and he got clobbered in the rear end. So big damage for Chavez, and I'm wondering how that's going to look on the front end of that 39 too. And Curtis Ecker has crashed now. You're speaking, Richard. We can't hear you, by the way.
Nope, I was fixing something. Sorry.
Yep, and apparently just tapping a guy on the bumper is a crash to SDK. I don't know what happened.
Well, still out front and commanding is going to be Brandon Pierce. He is now checked out to 2.1 seconds, and Chris Essery is about 3.4 seconds back. Excuse me. And so he is losing ground fast, to the leader. And we will see a caution flag come out for the stage break as they go up the hill, going to that hard left-hand turn. At the beginning of lap 7.
Yeah, so with that much time, like, you might be able to see some people go in and pit to definitely gain some track position because this track is long. It takes 2 and 18 seconds to get around here. So you're pretty much going to be safe wherever you pit. But I think you're going to see some strategy definitely from the guys in the back. And, Philip Chavez, for someone who got spun out, I could definitely see him taking the strategy and be like, you know what? I'm just going to pit early. Richard?
Yeah, riding around with Ken Campbell. I was just taking a look at the points. This is going to be a very important race for some of these guys, as Chris Essery is only 25 points behind the leader, so he's going to try to get all the leader of points, which is Andrew Medlin. He's going to try to get all the points that he can tonight, and hopefully he's going to be able to do it. Cameron Sarton is sitting in third position, and Ken Campbell not looking the greatest right now, as he is, a little ways back. But he's going to try to utilize every track position that he can gain.
I was trying to see if Cole Shetty was going to be trying to make a move on Trey Jackson, but Cole just did not feel like making the move. He was faster than him on the straightaway, but just was not able to make a move. You're seeing that it is just a struggle right now to really get places and find places to pass. Because even going through the stadium section, you really can't really make it much work. And, as you see Cole goes off track right there, that's an off track. You only get 15 of those. So you got to keep it on the island, because if you don't today, it's going to cost you hard in the points when we're all done. You got to be careful in that carousel, too, because you saw him get a little bit loose, and it's really easy to overdrive that carousel.
Yeah, catching back up with the front, you still have Brandon Pierce, Cameron Sarton, and Chris Essery, and Brian Burchett. They are all pretty much in a line, but they are quite a distance away from each other. And fifth place is over 9 seconds away from the leader, with Travis Dart in sixth. So they are waiting for somebody to make a mistake, and it can happen at these tracks. As you come around a corner, you could probably put the power down too fast, and the truck will not stick to the track. And it's saying Bill Dart crashed.
Yep. Shout out to William Edison, though. He's up 9 positions already in just a couple laps. So he is flying for the field right now. He started in the back of the pack. I don't even think he qualified. So you see him working here on Ken Campbell. I think he'll be able to get past him. He's really he seems faster. It seems like he just is holding off at this point. He just really can't get anywhere to pass. So I think he'll be able to try to make a pass, either going into or getting out of here. And he messed up, and there he just left the door open, and William Edison is up 10 positions right now. So good job for him so far.
And don't look now, but there is that Special Olympics number 12 Toyota. He is right there behind these two, battling it out, and he is waiting for that mistake to happen so he can make a pass. He is actually down 4 positions from where he started, and it looks like I got another indicator that Philip Chavez has crashed.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at it right now. Looks like Hugel was going in and just got loose, and just a little bit of a fender bender. Spun out just slightly, a little bit late in the replay here. I'll rewind it. Whoopsie. Is there a way to rewind an SDK? There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much just he just loops it around the corner, and just a little bit of a bop there by Chavez. Nothing too serious, but that happens a lot. Whatever happened to the side by side? I see Douglas saying that our split it's like pancakes.
Well, because your screen is I had to adjust it to the way your screen was. I did get it adjusted a little bit. I am still working on it, but we got a battle for third position. It looks like Chris Essery has caught up, has come into play as far as second position goes. I don't know if Cameron Sarton made a mistake or Chris Essery picked up his speed, but he is right there trying to. Somebody jumping over the turtles. Oh, Cameron Sarton! He launches his truck, and he is probably going to have to do a stop and go, because that may score him as track cutting, but he lost a lot of ground jumping those turtles, and that's going to give the second place position to Chris Essery.
The only person I've seen come down pit road so far is William Edison. So I'm thinking, everyone's going to have to make another pit stop after this stage. So William Edison, I think, might be the leader as we go into the end of the stage, because I think he'll be able to do it. I mean, no one else pitted. Chavez just came in the pits, but he's way back.
Yeah, Chavez is not having the best race. Like I said at the start, this is a tough track to race. I've tried it a couple times, couldn't get around it, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna back out.
Well, we got Andrew Medlin working here on Ken Campbell. He's moved up to 10th. Remember, he did qualify in 7th, but had an EOL to start the race, so moving his way up pretty good. And I talked to him earlier, and he said, it'd be great just to get a top 10, but, just manages to get around pretty easily as we get down to the bottom of the straightaway. And side by side, just slowly around the corner. And I think he should be able to make that pass quite easily. And there we go. We are into the carousel now, and he is up to 9th. Ooh, sliding just a little bit, but he got it.
Well, Chris Stitz is riding around in the 5th place, in the 5th position. Nobody around him really to challenge him, and nobody for him to give a challenge to. He's got Brian Burchett in 4th position, and he is about 4 seconds ahead of him. So he's just pretty much hanging out and waiting for the stage to end so they can get grouped back up. And I believe a lot of these guys are taking it easy, waiting for that right moment to really hammer down and, pretty much learn this track.
So, yeah, we're going to have 1 lap to go after this lap. So right now, Doug is in – oh, not Doug. Brandon is right now about halfway through his 5th lap. So I think this is the last time that you'll have a chance to pit. Yeah, so nobody else is going to be able to pit. So Chavez and Edison are most likely going to be the 2 leaders when this stage is all said and done with.
Yeah, the biggest battle on the track right now is going to be between the 42 and the 31. They are pretty much going at it. That 31 is trying not to make a mistake because that 42 is all over his back bumper as the leader is going across the start-finish line, I do believe. Nope, he did not. My bad.
All right, we're going to ride on board here with, who do we think is good? We're going to ride on board with Mr. Andrew Medlin, who has moved up a decent amount so far. Right now he's on the big, long straightaway. And he's going to be trying to catch Trey Jackson, who has a 2.5-second lead. But we'll actually move up to Trey because he's really close to Cole. But yeah, as you can see right here, going through this section, it can be just so painful as a racer. You want to go faster for these corners, but the truck just won't allow you. I mean, you can do it in other cars, but, these trucks just, they don't have the grip nor the downforce to really get through any faster. But I think that's another off track there for Cole, so he's got to be careful with those off tracks.
Yeah, you're right about that. The off tracks will get you. But he's still doing a pretty good job, of keeping that truck under control. He let the 42 by. He may not have this track down like he wants to, but he's still right there within striking distance. As he comes down to this long straightaway and going to take it up the hill. It looks like the 42 has left him just a little bit, over 4 seconds now.
Yeah, the hill can be a little bit of a challenging corner. You see the 42 takes it a little bit wider, and you see Trade takes it a little bit more tight. So, you can take it in multiple different ways. But it looks like we had a big crash. Looks like Stitz, Pierce, and Ryan Lynch crash. Let's see what happened here. Got a chopper cam here on Chris Stitz on my view. Ooh. Okay, I'm trying to see what happened here.
Well, when they do drive off track, it gives you an indicator that they've crashed. So that might
Oh,
be what it is, and of course we got Miss Roxanne out there, and Miss Rita Evans. Miss Rita's cheering on Chris Essery, which is riding around in second position. He is being tracked back down by Cameron Sarton. Cameron Sarton is coming. He's within 2 seconds of the second place, and she's also cheering on the 12 of Andrew Medlin, which is up tonight.
well, I'll just say this. Brandon Pierce going to be the guy to beat today. He is almost done with his lap and will be getting the caution this time by. So, Brandon Pierce, your guy to be beaten today. But let's see if the secret strategy that I've heard from one of these teams will reveal them in a moment. We'll see if they end up doing it or not. But Brandon Pierce is going to be your stage winner today as he beats Essery by 6.6 seconds coming down to the line.
Andrew Medlin looking to take on Trey Jackson as they got a little bit of space, in between them, but it is not impossible to get there as they come around that sharp left-hand turn. Closes the gap just a little bit, puts the power down, but he can't get enough power down to actually catch the 31 in that corner. Here they come down to the start-finish line, and he cannot get there. Not enough time to use any kind of draft or anything, so he is going to stay in the 9th position. But they do have
The yellow flag is out.
Biker Man says, hi, hello there, Biker Man, and the yellow flag
Hello,
is out.
Biker Man. Yep, caution is out without the pit stops. Sam Siegel is our highest mover today so far, 6 positions up. And, I know we're planning on giving him an interview today, and we have an even better reason to give him an interview now because he is our highest mover so far. So you want to pull in Sam Siegel?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
I can drag him if you want me to.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I told him to prepare himself, so...
Be prepared.
Hello, Sam. This is Joe and Richard in the booth. You got us?
Gotcha.
All right. So, you had a good race last week. We're trying to make it on the field, but you couldn't get that done. But, hey, you are our highest mover today, so how's the track feel so far?
Feels pretty good. It's rubbering up pretty good. Hopefully it gets a little faster, and hopefully I keep the mistakes to a minimum.
All right, that sounds
Looks
like a
you
good
got
idea.
a little bit of damage to that front end. Is that hindering the handling of that truck any?
A little difficult. I gotta apologize today for hitting him in the back and him on my start there. Wasn't expecting
You have to
that
dart
slow.
ahead.
Having a little bit of trouble with Sam right now. He just kind of cut out a little bit. I think his engineer was talking over him.
He's got crew chief.
Ooh, going wide. All right, well, all right. Hopefully the commentator or Curtis don't hurt you before we're even out of caution. So why don't you get some 4 fresh feel goods on those on the car, get some go-go juice, and hopefully we'll see you at the end.
Fucking
Thanks,
go.
boys.
He has this crew chief in the background too.
I see.
All right, that was Sam Siegel, our highest mover of the race. He is currently in the 12th position, and I think he can make up quite a bit more ground as they are going to bunch back up. We're going to see pit road be very, very busy.
Yeah, pit road. I wonder what we are going to see. Pit road is not
busy this time.
busy. Is it open?
I don't even think they
well,
caught
actually,
the pace car.
he hasn't caught the pace car. Wait. There's a pace car just came out of pit road. So we're going to have a little bit of pacing. I heard that they're going to be trying to get this done pretty quickly they're going to give the one to go pretty much as soon as everyone's out of the pits, because a caution lap here takes a while. But, while we have the opportunity, strategy. So I was looking around, and everyone was saying you can get about 10 to 11 laps of fuel, so we're going to have to come again. So if we do the math, we're going to be getting back with about 15 to go. Here's the question. Do you pit at the end just for fuel? Or, pit in the middle just for fuel? Or do you get tires with your fuel? Do you think tires are going to be important?
Well, I don't think tires are going to be as important. This is, it's a short race, but it is a long race. I think you'll probably see a couple guys getting just enough fuel to make it to the end on that next pit stop and get out of the pits. But then again, as long as it takes you to wait for it. Here it comes again. Stream alerts. So as long as it takes you to fill up a tank, you might as well take tires. So would you rather have fresh tires, or would you rather have semi-good tires? I'd rather have the fresh tires.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Brandon Pierce's lap times right now. So his best was a 2:19.9. But his worst was a 2:22.1. So there is definitely a little bit of fall off, and that could also be from making some mistakes. You're never going to be totally consistent on a road course. But on a road course, typically you don't have a lot of opportunities to gain time, but you have a lot of opportunities to lose it.
I think Douglas Hoop is out there just messing with stream elements. I did not set that up there, Douglas, and there is a promo code. If you look down, it says use my promo code 3 years raid for more perks. That's the promo code.
All right, well, we're finally gonna be almost on the pit road. We're getting into the stadium section at the end. Oh, and he just goes right through the pace car. But I guess we'll have time for a quiz question. All right, well, let's pull this one out. Who designed the Circuit of the Americas? Their famous F1 track designer.
Oh, considering I don't watch F1, I have no clue.
We'll give that a few moments to
no Google and no Alexa.
We'll give that a few minutes, and we have the time.
Douglas Hooper said Dale?
No. I know Dale is very influential, but I know he did not do that.
He said LOL.
Yeah, hopefully we do get some good road courses in here. I hear that, I'm thinking maybe Portland International will be added, because that is going to be on the Truck Series in real life later on this year. So we might be getting a new road course in part of the country. We really don't have any road courses in the game. So everybody heading down pit road. And I think only one or two might be staying out. We got one lone car, so I'm gonna try to see.
Chavez.
That is Philip Chavez. I'm very surprised Edison.
Now this could be part of his strategy. I mean, he might be able to go. He pitted a little bit early. Now he's going to take another set of tires. Now he is probably going to utilize this,
just
take
filled up
enough fuel at the end.
He took fuel only. He's going to have to pit again.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to come out in 9th or 10th. It looks like he's going to be coming out in 10th. I don't know if I would agree with that. I mean, here's the thing. He probably still had enough fuel to make it to the point where he would be able to be good on the next pit stop, but maybe he was too short. I don't know. That's I don't know. That I don't understand why he would do that, but home racetrack for him, Arlington, Texas. But
Mayo,
is he a
Florida.
new guy? I've not seen him before.
Yes, I do believe he is new. I didn't see him on the points or anything.
Well, wouldn't that be a nice first win?
That would, especially on strategy.
Yeah, I was looking at everyone else. I didn't see any strategy that would tell me otherwise about anything special, but who knows? We'll see. Um, all right. Well, we'll tell you the person who designed the Circuit of the Americas. It is Herman Tilke, a person whose name some people really enjoy his tracks and some people despise them. So, Circuit of the Americas, I would say, is definitely a love-hate track. You love it or you hate it. I don't think there's a lot of in between.
I gotta ask Trey one of these days. He's from Mayo, Florida. I want to see if he knows my family. My family actually grew up there.
Really? That's nice. You gotta get this on the blimp though. I got the blimp going for this restart. We're gonna be able to see the big clot that comes up the hill when we get started. But we're gonna be restarting with 16 to go. Gonna be probably expecting pit stops to happen, probably with about 8 to go. If I was to guess, if we're getting tires, maybe we could see some people stretch it, or maybe go just a little bit less. We're probably not going to be seeing any full course cautions unless there is a humongous wreck. So, should be interesting to see how the rest of this race goes. Who is your pick to win this?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say old Mr. Travis Dart.
Travis Dart. All right, and I'm going to go with Brandon Pearce. We'll see how he does in traffic, perhaps, but he was flying in that first stage. And we're going to have a great view as we come up the hill. Can see why we want to short the pace laps up, because I'd say a caution lap here takes a good 4 minutes, probably.
These guys are staying in formation really good. I mean, it's pretty much synchronized, like right there.
And how would you like to be spotting on top of that tower, though?
Hell no.
That thing's a little tall. Yeah, this is one of the tracks where you definitely need a couple spotters in real life when you're running this track. But it's a very, very large and very cool facility. All right. Well, pace car is off, and time for them to charge up the hill together for probably the last time. Remember, the leader has control of the restarts, so they're all kind of bunching up, and we should be getting green. We are green. Chavez will lead him down to the first corner, and Brandon Pearce is want to get around him as fast as possible. Does not want to be stuck behind the slow car in the S's. Pearce is going to run out wide and try to cut through, and he is going to easily get it. Chavez way too early on the brakes, but look for Essery. He's going to get right past him as well. Chavez holds up a lot of them, and it's just a traffic jam up there, and Chavez already lost a lot of positions. He's already down in the 6th place, and Brandon Pearce right back to the lead and already out to a 1.5 second gap. Essery and Dart going to be 2nd and 3rd, so there's your pick. Maybe Travis Dart will be getting back up there. And Sarton 4th and Berchet in 5th.
Yeah, Cameron Sarton is trying his darndest to get around the 6 of Travis Dart, but he just can't get there. Travis Dart is not making any mistakes, so it is definitely making it hard on the 24 to get around the 6. With the 4 right there behind him, that's going to be Brian Burchett, sorry. He lost a little bit of ground coming out of those S turns, and Cameron Sarton is going to try to dive to the inside.
It in there.
And he makes it. And he puts the power down, and he is able to take that position away.
Yeah, I'm surprised the 6 is not getting on him faster because the 6, he took the wider corner, so theoretically he should have the faster exit. But, I think he might be trying to get that position back, but he's going to brake really early, get off the gas early, it looks like. And the 4 is going to be looking at his inside. Burchett going to throw it inside, but, yeah, no real competition there from Dart. And whoa, William Edison is flying right now. He is already up 12 position. What has happened? He's up in the 7th, and he might be looking for 6th on Cole.
Yeah, he is definitely making some moves up 12 positions, so anything can happen in this race. He's showing the speed, but he's still got Andrew Medlin right there on his tail. He can't break away from him. Yeah, I thought so too. He just can't break away from him, but there's battles all over the track now. I mean, I can't keep them all in view. But our leader has checked out. He is now over 2.7 seconds with Esri in second. But Starton is right there closing in on second place.
Whoa, someone just went wide. Chris Stitz went way, way wide. He lost a couple positions there. But up the hill, we got pretty much everyone in the top, I'd say 4, 5, 6, all spread out. We got Edison trying to make the move into the top of the hill on the 42, just not enough pace. And we're going to go on board with Edison, try to see what he's seeing. The 42 went way wide in the S's, so that's definitely going to slow him down and allow him to get right up to the bumper. Remember, screw up one S and you're going to screw them all up. And just, it's painful as a racer to seeing it go so slow through all these slow corners. Gonna try to fire it out of the wide position and go on the inside, and the 42 is loose and goes right around him. So Cole loses the position, and he might lose another. Andrew Medlin right past him as well, and now he's gonna have to make that up on the straightaway. He might be able to get a little bit of a draft, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get back up there.
Travis Dart, my pick of the race. He is running in the 5th position, and it looks like Cole. Oh, something happened to Edison.
Edison is out.
Internet. Oh, he probably got disqualified for going off the track too much. So, therefore, Edison is going to be out. He is not going to be running anymore. So, that's going to move everybody up one spot. So Travis Dart up to the 5th position. But he's got Andrew Medlin, tracking him down slowly but surely. Chris Esri has lost the position to Sarton. Sarton is off the track. He was in the grass. He had to be careful putting the power down because you will spin out quick, fast, and in a hurry. And he is trying to track that 24 back down as the 24 is trying to track the 38 down.
I think Edison, I think what happened to him is I think he got DC'd. I don't think he had a DQ because when he didn't have any off track for quite a bit. So I don't think that was a DQ. I think he lost connection. Probably actually check.
Yeah, I was about to say if you hit space bar.
No, he's still here. Well,
ooh, somebody's off track. That's Sam Siegel. He was way off track. Almost into the gravel, and he brings it back on track. Amy McMurray saying, let's go, boys. Well, they are going. And they are trying to get there. With only 14 laps to go, it is still anybody's race. Anything can happen. One person that has to be careful, I know he has some off-track points, is going to be that number 24. He is running in second right now. The 38 is not even in picture. We're on the widest view that we have, and there you can see the 38 going around that sharp hairpin turn. And he is gone.
Ken Campbell and Chris Stitz having a pretty close battle right now. They're only a couple tenths away, so Chris Stitz going to be looking to maybe get the dive either into the start or at the end of the straightaway. Chris Stitz lost a little bit of time. He lost about 0.3 of a second, and I don't think he'll be able to make anything work on this straightaway. Just seeing the 15 is pull away from him. So Chris Stitz had a good opportunity, but did not work out well for him. However, Trey Jackson and Philip Chavez might be having a opportunity for them at the end of the straightaway. Trey Jackson is just going to follow right behind him and maybe see if he can get him in the stadium. And we just lost Chris Stitz now. Why
Chris
does it say
Stitz is
he's
still
out?
there.
Oh, it said he's out. What happened?
He might have He might have blinked.
I
He does that from time to time, but he always pops back in, and he is still giving the 15, a run for his money. Ken Campbell still running in that 8th position. He's up 4 spots, but this doesn't seem like it's going to be his best track as he gets a little bit sideways coming out of the corner. Going to get hard on the brakes. Riding that rumble strip, and they are off coming to the start-finish line.
All right, so looking at everything going right now, we're getting to the point, where we have 13 laps to go, only a couple more until the pit window opens. So do you think we might be seeing somebody like Philip Chavez maybe coming in a little bit early? Because I'm seeing, when he pitted with like 22 to go, so I'm saying that his window will probably be wanting to get in there with 11 or 10 to go because he'll be running pretty close on the track with fuel then at that point. He is pretty far back, though. He is 14th and 40 behind the leader.
Well, I would say this. If it was a really good advantage, then yes, he would be coming in early. But how much of an advantage would it give you? We saw him come in. He took, didn't he take tires that last pit stop? I believe.
No, he didn't. He stayed out.
Oh, he didn't. So if it gives him a really good advantage, as we see the 6 and the 12 battling it out side by side, if it gives him an advantage, we may see him come in early.
I don't think it's going to be giving him an advantage more so. I think it's more so if he don't pit early, he ain't going to make it back to the pits because he's going to be on fumes. So I think he's going to be lucky to maybe get 3 more laps out of this. Because, with it being 10 to 11 laps of fuel, I think he may have 3 to 4 in the tank, and that's about it. That's all I can really see happening. But, I just want to say shout out to Sam Siegel again. Highest movers, 6 places.
Yeah, we just watched a position change between Andrew Medlin and Travis Dart. Travis Dart went wide in the corner, and Andrew Medlin dove it in there and was able to make the turn and take the position away by making a little bit of tighter turn. So we have Andrew Medlin moving up to the top 5.
Yeah, Medlin's been doing really good. He said he'd be happy with the top 10, so I bet he's going to be really happy if he can get to the top 5 or better. 18-second gap, it's probably not going to be able to be made up, but maybe you could see him picking off someone like Brachet, who's only 9 seconds back. He's running really good, though, so good day for Medlin starting in the back. I mean, it doesn't say that he's the highest mover because of where he qualified, but he did get that EOL, so technically he is the highest mover at to this point.
Mr. Harris Gerwitz riding in the 18th position, up 2 positions from where he started. This is definitely not his night here at Cota, but he is sticking it out and doing the best he can, and that's all you can ask for is somebody to do the best they can.
So, looking at the times right now to get an idea of how tires are going right now. So, for first 4 laps, Brandon Pierce has ran all 19s. And with Cameron Sarton, he's also ran pretty much all 19s and even a 20. And, S3's running 22s and 20s. So, honestly, I don't really see tires going to be becoming that much of a factor, really.
Well, it all depends on the wear and how much you spin them coming out of the corners. You know, if you put too much power down and you slide the truck sideways, spin the tires too much, you're going to lose a lot of grip later on in the run.
Yeah, in his first run, you know, Brandon lost about 2 seconds off his fastest. But, you know, depending on when you pit and depending on where you are, maybe a interesting gamble to see what they can run. He just came across the line right now, so just put in a 220, so definitely a little bit slower now. So maybe tires are going to be a good idea. Because I know on some of these tracks, you know, tires have not been falling off quite that much. We saw that last night at Bristol where tires were just not falling off that well, like, at all.
Well, we got a battle heating up before the 6th and 7th position, and Andrew Medlin passed Travis Dart for the 5th, but Travis Dart is still trying to catch Andrew Medlin, but Cole Shetty has actually caught Travis Dart, and he is trying to make some moves as he hits those rumble strips, bounce it off a little bit, has a little bit of problem, you know, getting the power down to the road, but he is able to gather it up, and you know, now he's trying to track him back down.
Yeah, the top 4 right now are on another level right now, so I don't know if I'll be seeing the top guys getting back up there, because I think top 4 are pretty much your guys to beat at this point. They are running significantly faster, so I think Andrew Medlin, you know, I think he'll be content where he is right now. Pit window should be starting to open now, so if you're looking to pit early, probably going to be seeing it happen in the next lap or 2.
All right,
for early pitters.
While we are green flag racing, let's take a minute to give our sponsors some recognition.
Want more NASCAR content? For all the latest in NASCAR, including driver interviews, race recaps, fantasy NASCAR, listener call-in shows, and awesome giveaways, tune in to the Lap Traffic Podcast on iTunes, Podbean, or your favorite hosting site with new shows every Tuesday night. Check out Lap Traffic on the web, thelaptrafficpodcast.com, and follow on Twitter at LapTrafficPC. Don't get caught chasing the lucky dog. Tune in each and every week to the Lap Traffic Podcast. See ya!
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
All right, we are back. And still a little bit of battle between this 6 and 42. They are still going at it head to head, and neither one of them is giving up. Looks like Doug Pierce is giving an indicator that he went off track a couple times.
Yeah, Doug Pierce getting a lot of off tracks right now, so definitely not something that he's going to be wanting to continue with. Otherwise, the points are going to be going down the toilet right now. Closest battle I am seeing right now is going to be between Travis Dart, your pick, and Cole Shetty. That's going to be for the 6th position. So Travis Dart's been pretty consistent well all day, and we see Chavez is going to be our first car down pit road.
Yeah, and you see that battle. That was the closest battle, as you were talking about. Cole Shetty is working Travis Dart, but he just can't quite make that pass, as Travis Dart is a little bit better off the corners, and the Shetty just can't get it there. And they are both still trying to track down Andrew Medlin.
Yeah, Medlin is falling off a little bit, so I think Andrew Medlin was pushing a little bit, and now he's going to be paying the price for that. So Pit stops going to be starting right now as Philip Chavez starts the pit stops. Oh, loose from Medlin. He just took that corner just a little bit too hard and got himself loose. So I think Medlin may want a pit coming soon because he is definitely falling off compared to Dart and Cole. So I think that pit road might want to start getting open there for Andrew.
Well, Chris Esri is still trying to track down that number 24.
Oh, 42 around. 42 is around. Cole Shetty just looped it coming out of the corner, so we're going to get a replay of that. Just way too hard coming out of that corner.
Yeah, he got on the brakes really hard and put the power down and lost it, but he did not collect anybody. Stopped to let some people by, and I bet he is kind of fuming right now. There's our leader coming through. Well, let's go back live first.
Yeah, if I was Cole, I would have pitted at that point. You know, you just spun out, so your tires definitely aren't going to be the best because you just spun out. You're heating up the tires, so it does take a second or two for that to get back to where it was. So, I mean, that would have been a perfect opportunity for him to pit, but we'll see. Maybe he'll come back later.
Chris
But
Ditz, Sam Siegel, and Hugo are in.
Chris Stitz, all right.
Looks like Chris Stitz was a fast pit stop. No,
I'll
not really.
take a look. I'll take a look. Chris Stitz. I think he just got right.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think Sam Siegel did the same thing because his pit was
He got
43.88, so he was a little bit quicker than Chris, but so he may have took right hands too.
Yeah, no, they got both. So they got both. So we'll see how everything shakes out. See if any of these guys that are pitting a couple laps early will be getting any sort of advantage. Hugel just left the pit lane as well. So I wonder when our big hitters are going to be coming out into the pits. And we got Doug Pierce now going to be surrendering the lead right now.
Along with Cameron.
And Cameron coming in as well. Let's see if Essery comes in. Essery in as well. Berchet will be in as well. So the top four are going to be pitting all together. And, you know, Brandon Pierce almost had a chance to sweep this race if Chavez hadn't stayed out. So almost able to sweep the race, but we'll see if he can sweep the rest of it coming down to pit road. I don't expect there to be any sort of big race, but we'll see what happens.
I don't think Chavez has a chance. You know, I do have the track map up, and he is the 101 is coming down that pretty long straightaway. So I don't know if he'll be able to get to our leaders in time.
Thornton gained a lot of time on pit road. He chopped the gap down to 1.6 seconds. So Cameron definitely gained a lot of time on pit road. Berchet and Cole are going to be pretty close together as well, and Essery is going to be pretty much stuck in third. No one within pretty much 4 to 6 seconds of him. So pretty much everyone in the top 10 is pitted now. So, you know, Brandon Pierce may have a little bit more work to do because Cameron is only a second and a half behind.
Yeah, and look at that 42 of Cole Shetty. I mean, yeah, you were right. You know, he came out, you know, in fifth. So not a bad job for that. Up 3 spots from where he started.
Yeah, looking here though, Sarton had a good run through the first sector, but now Brandon is absolutely blasting him going down the straightaway. So we'll see if he's able to make that up. But, you know, Sarton needs to get on the gas here and try to get closer to Pierce so he can try to make him into a mistake or something like that, because you see him, he gained a little bit of time coming out of the straightaway. And it looks like he gained another 10th there coming into the stadium section. So gets a little bit loose. So that's going to definitely kill off that run right there of any time he made up. but makes it up a little bit better. So he's making up a little bit of time slowly in these corners. So he's making up about, just a small little bit per corner.
Poor Chris Essery, he is now 7 seconds behind the leader and 5 seconds behind Sarton. So I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done unless one of these two make a mistake. But he still is looking at a podium finish as long as he can stay right where he's at and not make any costly mistakes, which they can happen at the worst times. But we have 7 laps to go as the leader crosses the start-finish line.
Yeah, I'm just looking here, and I think with Essery, as we were saying, Cole is back in the pits. So, do not know why he is going down pit road. Wonder what happened with him. But as I was saying, with Essery, he's at a point where you're probably not going to catch the leaders. I think at this point, you just try to keep your gap between Berchet and just try to keep that third spot for the points, but also the interview. Got to get your interview in, Chris.
Shout out to Mr. Bill Dart. He is up 5 positions, and as he passes Mr. Colchetti, he is going to be up 6 positions. So he is another big mover of our race. We have 2 big movers, and that's going to be Sam Siegel. He's up 6 position, and number 7 of Bill Dart. So not bad of a night. He is hanging on to the top 10 with the 31 of Trey Jackson, trying to take that 9th position away. But he is holding strong as of right now with 7 laps to go. Let's see if he can hold off that number 31.
Yeah, Bill's been doing pretty good today. He didn't have the best qualifying effort at the start, but he's made it up pretty well, up to 9th position. So wonder if we'll be having the Dart show coming up in the later part of the race. Don't know if that'll happen, though. They have a 15-second gap between them. But it looks like Trey Jackson's definitely going to be making the move on him. He was a little bit faster coming out of the S's, and Jackson is going to have the big run, and it looks like Cole might have the run, too. He probably may have changed his tires. I don't know, but he's going to be sent out wide, and it looks like Dart is going to lose at least 1 position, might lose 2, and they're going to drag race down to the end of the straightaway.
Excuse me. Well, I gotta stop talking about these guys, because every time I talk about them, they lose positions. Talking about how good they're doing, and he's losing 2 positions, 1 to the 31 and 1 to the 42. But still, a good run. Still up 4 position from where he started. Now, as long as he can hold off this 48, he'll be in good shape.
Well, I don't think you want to talk about Brandon Pearson, because he has just gotten about a second taken out of him so far, and Sarton is on the hunt. He is looking for Brandon Pierce. I'm going to get on board here with Cameron, looking in the cockpit, and it seems like Pierce maybe just being a little bit too careful right now. He just does not look as strong as he did in the start of the race. And if we can get the last lap time up on the board, Sarton was a whole second quicker than Pierce coming out of last lap. So I think Sarton's going to be definitely able to give him a challenge.
Oh, and here he goes right here.
He's winging it in. He's taking a little bit wide, so he's going to be able to get the good run out the corner. Draft here, you're not going to really be able to get up too fast to get a draft working. You can just briefly at the end of the straightaway. It's a long, long straightaway. But we'll see if he tries to send it into the corner. And he's just going to be a little bit early on the brakes. And I think at this point, he knows he's faster. So maybe try to force him into a mistake, or try to force him to open the door where you're going to feel more comfortable to pass him. He goes a little bit wide here, a little bit loose as well. But Pierce is running the stadium section a lot better than Sarton. Sarton lost a couple tenths right there, but gains it all back in just 1 corner.
Yeah, these two are going at it,
Harris Gerswitz have crashed, by the way. He's a lap down now.
Oh. Well, he crashed right in front of the leaders, and that means the leaders have have gone by, and now he is a lap down.
He's lost it coming into the carousel. Just a little harmless spin, nothing too major, but gets it back rolling. But he is going to be the first car a lap down. So back to live, and we only have 5 laps to go. And, Sarton, you can't afford to play with him for too long because I don't know if he's going to be. You could say that he's probably pushing a little bit harder. So, you got to be keeping those tires in mind as well. Because, with that being said, ooh, goodness, he just revved it hard. But as I was saying, you can't afford to play with him for too long because he's going to be saving his tires then, perhaps. Because it looks like he's being a little bit more careful around this track than Cameron is.
Well, I won't count Cameron out because, he is fast pretty much anywhere he goes. He was last season's champion, and, he's definitely showing his speed here at Cota. And I don't know. Cameron is closing the gap. He gets into the brakes. He's definitely giving the leader a lot of room as they come through that big hairpin. He gets a little bit sideways, but he's able to put power down and not allow that 38 to get too far of an advantage.
I think he would have had a chance to get him down this straightaway if he didn't mess up that corner. So Cameron pulling out just a little bit, thinking about it, but you're a little bit too far away there to make a dive bomb there, bud. So nothing going to happen, but you can see on the rear camera he is gaining just a little bit of position. And in the stadium section, Pierce has been a little bit better. Pierce is running a little bit more wide than he is. So I think Sarton is going to be there. He might be able to make a move coming out of the stadium section. Getting real close up with that Chevy.
And he lost a lot of momentum coming out of that turn, but he makes it right back up as they come around that left-hander.
Pierce has been really good in that corner before the carousel.
Cameron's showing that he's just as good. And this is the most exciting, according to SDK, this is the most exciting battle on the track right now.
Yeah, Sarton, if he can just clean up where he is kind of goofing up, I mean, he will be able to get past him. But just don't race it too hard because you don't want to be burning yourself up. Now, as we look here, as the chopper cam just is not showing me the gap, you see Sarton is really fast in some areas, but he's just not able to capitalize on the pass. I think if he can capitalize on the pass, he might be able to get away from him. Because, you see him, he gets up to the top of the course, he gains about 0.2. Through the S's, we're looking here, he's chopping off a 10th. Still getting about a 10th out of the S's, gaining 0.2. So he's really strong in this section of the racetrack, and he's just not keeping it consistent. Big dive though in the. He's definitely going to get off track there, but he's going to be
right there. Right there. That was a good off corner. He's going to look to the left side of the 38. They're going to slow it down as they come in the corner. Right now we have a new leader. Can he keep it?
No, he can't.
Ooh, they both get sideways. No, I didn't see any contact. No contact as far as in that corner, but the 38 was able to get back around him, but they are still nose to tail as they come down this little bit of a straightaway, and they're going to get on the brakes really hard.
He's going to send it. Thought about sending it, but
he locked him up just a little bit.
Yeah, he forced Pierce to not take the optimal line because he thought he was going to send it in there. Kind of did him a little bit of a fake right there. So Cameron, he knows he's faster. Just can he pass him? He almost had him coming down into the start of the straightaway, but just could not make it work. Takes it way wide in that corner. He's going to have a better exit, but just not able to get side by side with him. I don't know if you'd want to be going side by side in this series of corners right here. Not the easiest corner to get around, but we're coming down to another straightaway with this kind of gap. He might send it up the hill.
Well, I'm looking back to see if anybody else is running, close lap time or close to each other, and I'm not seeing anything. Everybody is just pretty much running their race. The biggest battle on the track is going to be these two, so we're going to try to keep it on the side-by-side view to give you an idea of what's going on. I know it's a little bit flat. I'm sorry about that, Hooper, but Bill Dart, actually, there's a little bit of battle between Bill Dart and Sam Siegel. They are going to be fighting for this 11th and 12th position.
Man, Sarton is, Sarton needs to get on the deal here because he knows he's faster. Know he's faster too. He just gained a bunch, and he's about to go wide. Pierce wide, and I don't know if Sarton's going to be able to take it or not. Can't really go side by side in this area, so luckily he messed up where he did. But Sarton, he's Brandon is scared. He's making mistakes. He's made two crucial mistakes, and that allowed him to get pretty close up, but just not able to make the pass because of pretty much the unpassability of where he was. But lucky enough, he made those mistakes where he did.
Either way, Sarton is a little bit quicker than Pierce. Not by much, but we're talking about 2:22.15 to 2:21.96, so it's not by much, but he is faster, and he is trying to get there with we're coming to 2 laps to go. What's going to happen? Is Sarton going to move him? We shall see. This is really, really exciting, as we don't watch a lot of close racing on road courses as these two are right now. And here they come around the corner. Sarton was able to put the power down, but could not make up any gap.
And Brandon Pierce, better thank Brandon that, oh man, he just got loose. But I would just say that, oh man, hang on to it, man. But I was just going to say, Pierce is lucky Sarton didn't give him the boot in the corner leading up to the back straightaway, because he slowed down a bunch in the apex. It ruined his run. And with that mistake there, Sarton may have one more chance now, because he is going to have to make all that time up. He lost about 0.5 of a second messing up that corner in the stadium, and he is sending it in now, and he is frustrated. So don't drive too frustrated, because that can lead him to some mistakes. 2 laps to go.
Gets on the brake early, takes it wide, and he is still right there as they are going across the start-finish line, and it's going to be 2 to go this time by. So he does have a little bit of time, but not a lot, like you said there, Joe. And as they come around that hairpin,
got a little bit loose.
Pierce put that power down and got a little bit loose. Yep. Coming around the left-hand corner, 24 is still there, but just can't seem to seal the deal. The S-turns, where you said that Sarton was a little bit better. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, he almost hit that sausage curb. I mean, he's running about as close to the inside of the curbs as you can get. Those yellow sausage curbs can really upset your car. So he did not really gain much on those S's, but he does take the turn a little bit wider, heading out to the back straightaway. Oh, loose again, and he's driving frustrated. He's worrying here because he had it and he got loose that one time. So I don't know. He is definitely getting a little stressed, and the 38 a little stressed too. He gets a little bit loose coming out of the straightaway, and it allows him to get a little bit closer.
Well, we got a battle back here between Ken Campbell and Cole Shetty. They are going at it side by side also, and the 42 was able to get around Ken Campbell, and he is going to get back up to the 7th position. It's an exciting battle, but not as exciting as this 24 and 38, as the 38
The 38 went wide. They're going to be side by side in the stadium, and I think Sarton might be able to get him. Cameron Sarton, does not look like he's going to have the line. He's going to try to cross him over here as they go into the carousel, side by side carousel. This ain't going to work.
It doesn't matter. It's still exciting. 24-38, still nose to tail. Sarton had the lead for a split second, and he touches the grass. He had to check up just a little bit there. You don't want to be in the grass. It can definitely upset your truck, and they are still nose to tail.
I think you might be able to get him in the straightaway. He's cut him down a little bit faster, almost side by side, a little bit of a wiggle. White flag to go, 1 more lap to go at Circuit of the Americas. So coming up the hill, I think he might be able to get a good move. There he goes. He's going to make a move out to the left side, and Sarton is going to go inside, and Pierce is going to try to get that run from the outside. Sarton is going to not be able to make the pass. They're going to go side by side in the S's. This is going to be a trouble. I don't think either of them is going to lift at this point. And Sarton is going to take the lead, it looks like, into the S's. And let's see if Pierce is going to have anything left for him off the sausage curb. And that is going to put him back almost a second, and that mistake may cost him the race.
I don't think it's costing him the race because he has been fast all night, and they are going to battle it out until the end. The 24 coming around that left-hand turn, he does have the power down, and he is going to be able to keep the momentum going. 0.3 seconds split these two as they are coming around. Looking at the big left-hand turn. Don't lock him up. 38 is loose. 24 is in the grass.
The 38 went wide. The 38 went loose, but the 24 went wide, and this is probably going to be the last opportunity that he may have in this race to get a good opportunity through the passing zone, because coming into the stadium, you're going to have to get dirty getting in the stadium. I'm not going to say you're going to have to hit the guy. He goes wide. Goes wide and locks it up.
Come on, get it back going. Get it back going. He still has the lead just by barely. Oh, he's going to lock it up again. Hit the sausage curb, and they are still side by side. Cameron Sarton still has the lead just by a nose. Now Pierce has the lead.
Pierce takes it back, but he goes wide. He slides a little bit.
Oh,
Contact.
no. They are still going. What a battle. Side by side, going around the right-hand turn. They're going to go around the sharp right-hand turn.
Sarton's going to have the pace coming out of the corner, but what if we see something like what happened in NASCAR just a little bit ago? 38's going to send it in just a little bit faster, and he's going to have to dive it in this time. This is Brandon Pearson's last opportunity.
He's going to take it wide. He's going to get on the brakes and
take it wide. I don't know if he's going to have it.
Oh,
looks like Sarton's probably going to get him.
Sarton to the win.
Man, that was a great last couple of laps. Great job by Sarton for the win, and Chris Essery is going to come home in the third position. Brian Berchet is going to be thrown at home in fourth. Andrew Medlin, who started at the back of the pack, is going to be getting the fifth position. Nobody in contention with him right now. Looks like Travis Dart coming around in the carousel right now, going to be taking that sixth position. Cole is going to be coming home in seventh. Doesn't look like there's really any close battles going on right now, but Chris Stitz is going to be most likely eighth, Ken Campbell ninth, and Trey Jackson 10th. Sam Siegel, our highest mover, is going to be coming home in 11th right now, coming into the carousel section right now. And yeah, got some people still finishing up their last lap, but great finish. You know, Cameron Sarton coming home to win with a massive last lap. So I think it's time to get those interviews, but I want to get a replay going on that last lap while we got the interviews going on. So let's get a little bit of a view of that last lap while we get those interviews. I got it on my screen if you want to get that going, Richard. All right, so who do we want to bring in first? Yep. If Edison's still in the chat, I don't know if he is or not. Okay. All right, I'll bring up Chavez first.
And Joe in the booth. You got a copy, man?
I got you.
Well, Cota didn't treat you as good as we thought it was going to treat you, but not a bad night. You still kept your truck, pretty clean, and you brought home 13th. Well, we decided we'd bring you up and just talk to you for a minute, give you a little bit of 2 minutes of fame.
Yeah, I qualified okay. I ran decent in practice, and I wanted to get that early pit so I could get out there away from the back of the field because that first lap I just got plowed and spun and kind of tore my truck up real bad. Went from ninth to last, so I figured the best thing to do would be pit, before the stage break. That way I can get an extra point for leading a lap, and then try to race up there with them other guys. And then I just pushed it a little too hard and got loose a little bit, spun it.
Well,
Were you hoping for
Go ahead.
Were you hoping for a better restart coming out leading the race?
I was, but I'm when I restart in first gear, I spin the tires every time. So I've been trying to restart in second, and then Brandon just had a much better launch and beat me to the first corner, and then I just started letting the guys that I knew that were going to be a little bit faster by. And then when I was trying to keep up with them, I just pushing a little too hard, looped the truck around and ended up riding back there around the back of the pack.
Well, it wasn't the best day for you, but it was still a day, and you hung in there. You did run a good race, no matter what. You did run a good race, and we're glad to see you out there. So next week you got Dover. Put in that practice, and let's see that 101 truck up near the front.
Thank you. I'm going to do the best I can. I just want to thank my teammates, Brian and Chris, for helping me out because when we did our team practice, I was probably 4 seconds a lap slower than I was today. So they're great help and awesome teammates.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for helping him out and keeping him out there. And like I said, we'll see you at Dover.
See you guys.
See you, man.
Let's bring up Cameron Sarton. I think he won Watkins Glen too, didn't he?
I believe so.
I think he might have. All right, Cameron Sarton. This is Joe and Richard. You got us?
Yes, sir. Gotcha. What's going on?
I'll tell you what. You got me out of my seat for that those last few laps, because oh man, that was a banger of a race. So, tell us about those last few laps.
I don't even really know what happened there. I was trying to stay in my seat and I was driving. But at the end, before we pitted there, I was like, wow, I'm catching him pretty good here on old tires. So when he went in, I went in with him, tried to stay with him because he's really good on the first 5 laps, and I think I was really good on the back 5. So I saw he was overdriving the last few laps, and I was just trying to make him make a mistake, and he was making a couple. I just couldn't get the drive off that I wanted to. And then, last lap is last lap, so you got to just send it. So it was good, hard, clean lacing from Brandon. It was a lot of fun, so glad I counted Victor. Almost blew it there on that one turn. I was so excited that I took the lead. I was pumped up.
Y'all made contact, man. I thought you were going around. I was like, no!
I mean, luckily, if they would have won around, I don't think Chris Essery would have been able to get it because Chris was a good 10 seconds still behind at the end of the race. But, I think y'all did, that was a great job. I mean, you both made mistakes, but, I think both of you were making each other nervous, but it was a great race, man. That was probably one of the better finishes I've seen in this league. I mean, we've had some great finishes the last 2 weeks. Nashville running out of fuel on the last lap, and then you coming here and just going door to door on the last few laps. Wolf Send's been getting us some great finishes in the last few weeks.
Hey, we're striving for it. We're a lot of fun. So yeah, I thought when I missed it, I came back and I was still with them. He kind of doored me up that I don't even know what turn it is. There's so many here, but we almost both wrecked. I think we both kind of let off and are like, let's just reset the last 3 turns and go from there. We're like, well, we don't want to take each other out. So he's a good, hard, clean racer. So it's a lot of fun with him. So good to go toe and toe and clean battling.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to look at this right now. You led only one lap today, but you led the most important lap, and that's the last lap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Always the most important. I don't even know if you count as a full lap. I led about 40% of it. So, but hey,
Hey,
it's like
home
that in
win
real
too.
life. So we'll just throw it on over here.
Home track too. You're from Texas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's get those shout outs.
Yeah, perfect. Shout out to the parents for watching there at home. I bet my dad was at the edge of and out of his seat along with mom. And then shout out to the wife and the Hack Racing team. A lot of fun. Always a fun series. Travis was on a good show. And um, man, shout out to Lat Traffic Podcast as well. Great guys. Go check them out if you haven't. Nice sponsor. So thank y'all as well. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Hopefully you can make it exciting again like we had the last few weeks. And glad y'all are getting entertained on your Tuesday nights.
Well,
Absolutely.
that was a very entertaining race. All right, we'll see you next time, and glad to have you up here. Great win.
Yes, sir.
We'll
Appreciate
be
y'all.
seeing y'all next week at Dover.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's get Brandon Pearson here.
Mr. Brandon Pierce is Richard and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy?
How you boys doing tonight?
Well, we are absolutely doing fantastic. You and Mr. Sarton had us on the edge of our seats for the last couple laps of that race. A little bit of door banging, a few mistakes here and there, but that was an awesome last lap. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, he was better. You saw it at the end of the first run. He was way better at the end of the run, keeping his tires. I burned up my rears too much, and I didn't have any drive off, and it was really hurting me. Getting into those heavy braking zones, the truck kept wanting to break loose. But, I mean, it was great racing, Cam. I mean, for the most part, it was clean. I mean, nothing dirty. We're just rubbing doors. The track gets pretty narrow, especially, some of those exits. We're both trying to drive as hard as we can with worn tires. But I think all in all, it was respectful. It was a great win by him. Great race, great strategy, and it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Do you think you may have had a chance when he went wide?
If I didn't also blow the corner, I probably might have had a chance because if I could have been ahead of him, headed into the technical section, I think I'd have proven the laps before that I was able to hold him off. But even on the side by side, I think would have had a chance. I actually missed a shift coming into the triple right-hander there, and that slowed me up and allowed him to get up and get the truck in front there, and that was all she wrote.
Well, you finished well today, second place, led 23 of 25 laps. What do you got for shout-outs?
Yeah, just, shout out to, the teammates there, Cold Dead Fingers, all the boys over at Triad that, helped me driver-wise get better prepared, better skilled. And, my sponsor, Sten Analyzer, Susan Media. Thanks for putting on the broadcast and the admins for hosting the league and letting us do what we do.
Absolutely. Well, go down and celebrate that second place finish. That should definitely help you with your points there, leading the most laps. But we will see you next week at Dover, the Monster Mile.
Looking forward to it. See you guys.
See you. All right, last but not
get-
least, we're going to talk to Mr. Chris Essery. He brought home third place, and he has a few fans in there. We'll give him a few seconds of fame.
You want to get Sam Siegel in too, don't you?
Yeah, quick.
All right. Quick shout-out real quick while you bring S3 up. Trey Jackson had the cleanest race today. Only one incident. So good job, Trey.
Mr. Chris Essery. This is Richard and Joe up in the booth.
Yep, I got you guys.
Well, you got fans out there that were watching your race. You brought home a third place. I bet they are proud of you. So we had to bring you up in the booth and let you give a shout out to your fans. Third place, not a bad finish. Just didn't have the speed to get up there to the front, but you held your own.
Yeah, after Cam got by me, it was just turned into a Sunday drive. It was long.
Well, still not a bad finish, but you definitely have those people out there watching you, and we didn't want to close the stream without you being able to say hi to them because they were supporting you hard.
Yeah, shout out to my mom and grandma. I know they're watching me. Happy with the P3. We'll try to get the dub next week, guys.
Oh, Dover, the Monster Mile, one of our favorite tracks. So we look forward to seeing you up towards the front as always. But you go celebrate that third place finish, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, thank you.
All right. Good day from Chris, though. He had only 2 incidents, too, so he was also one of the cleaner drivers that we had today. So he was running pretty good. But let's get our final guy up here, Sam Siegel. Hello, Sam. This is Joe and Richard. You got us?
Gotcha.
All right. Welcome back. You had the highest amount of position gain today. You gained 7 spots, so did a lot of passing. So you have how'd your race go?
Had a couple offs, but overall went through the field. Felt pretty good.
Yeah, you definitely had a pretty decent night. You finished 11th. Yeah, like you said, you came up through the field. Not a bad night at all.
Yeah, one of my first good nights of the year, so feels good to get that under my belt.
You were the highest mover of the race. You came up 7 positions. You were actually a little bit higher at one point, and but 7 positions, biggest mover of the race. Can't beat that.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable.
Well, hope you got something for Dover next week, as that's where we will be at. So, you got anything for Dover?
Excited for the Monster Mile. Hopefully I keep it out of the wall. Struggle there a lot.
Well, it can definitely be tricky, but you got a week to put in some practice, and I'm pretty sure those guys will help you out any way they possibly can. So go put in that practice, and we hope to see that 48 towards a little bit more towards the front next week.
Hopefully we'll get it there. Enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Well, we will see you next week, and you have a good night, all right?
Same to you guys.
Good run, Sam. Have a good night.
You too, boys.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody that was out there with us for the evening. Glad y'all enjoyed it. Douglas Hooper out there saying, great show, SBRN. Well, we are glad that y'all stick with us throughout these races. We try to make it as entertaining as possible. But we are going to shut it down for the night, and we will be back once again next week. Same time, different place, actually. It's going to be Dover. But we will be back next Tuesday for Full Send Racing Series. So on behalf of myself and Joe Roberts, we hope you all have a wonderful night and stay safe out there. And SBRN is out.